Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the VR Master League Onward Season 10 Week 1 matchup between SMC and Blaze. Ooh, unfortunately, my teams are incorrect. Let me fix that right now. But Todd is my co-host today, Mr. TFH. You can see him over there on the right-hand side of your screen that way. How you doing today, Todd?
I'm doing great. How are you, Nohman?
Well, you know, going through the motions as we are, and testing out all our cool new features here, and appreciate the viewers being patient with us here in these first few weeks. But I am excited about this matchup. Not the least of the reasons is because, you know, Blaze is my, of course, current team, and I am, you know, gonna do my darndest to be objective here. Todd, I'm gonna have you focus on the SMC side of the house, just in case I don't quite land where I need to on that.
The counter bias balance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I am super stoked about this matchup. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time, so I want to get us right into figuring out picks and bans and all that stuff. So let's talk about bans first. The ban on the SMC side will come as no surprise to most, as it is Downfall. And the Blaze side ban is going to be Subway. So, TFH, thoughts on those two bans?
I'm honestly, like you said, I am not surprised at all about the SMC side of the ban. They have been banning that map since day one. As a matter of fact, I only think we've ever seen SMC Tactical on cast play Downfall once in their illustrious, like, what, 8-season career so far, I want to say. Yeah,
they definitely do not have a lot of stats on the website for Downfall to even compare against. I know it's a map that they do play. I mean, it's statistically impossible that they would never play it.
Yeah. They're a very skilled team, and I'm pretty sure if they did play Downfall, they would dominate on it. But, you know, they just don't practice it, or they just don't really feel like playing it, and I can understand that. Downfall is probably one of the slowest maps in the game, and SMC Tactical are a bunch of, you know, Amazon Prime, one-day shipping kind of guys. You know, they want it here and now, and they don't want to mess around with that full-blown 6-minute timer.
No, they definitely don't, and I think they still have great long-range play, which is odd to me because their quarantine is relatively good, and it's definitely improved over the last few seasons. So it's a little strange for them to like a map like Quarantine and then to opt to not play a map like Downfall. So definitely interesting choices all around. I am excited to see the first map that we're going to get into, and that, oh, actually that's incorrect, and that is going to be, oh my goodness, I can't press any correct button today. It's going to be Tanker, ladies and gentlemen. Tanker will be the map one choice for SMC, as they are the home team. What are your thoughts on Tanker for this matchup?
Well, given the fact that Trip is very good on the shield now, he kind of just got good on the shield out of nowhere. And then you have the rest of the SMC squad just being really good at those close range maps and being able to react to those kinds of transitions you have to be able to do on a short range map like this, just so effectively. I am not surprised of a Tanker pick from SMC Tactical. I am surprised though, because, and you know this very good too, Blaze is pretty good as well on these short range kind of maps, especially when you have Birds in the lineup, which he is in the lineup today, so it's going to be a pretty close one today, I want to say.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Blaze loves their short maps, their quick play maps. They love the smoke and rush play style. You know, they love the rushing play style just overall, and these maps just feed really well into that play style. So definitely expecting to see a good bit of back and forth between these two teams, especially in these smaller maps. I mean, you know, with the larger maps off the table, like Downfall, and with Subway gone, so not a lot of narrow corridor maps, we're left with, you know, sort of small to medium-sized maps to play. Things like Bazaar, things like, you know, Suburbia, even Quarantine is still on the table, although a bit of a longer range map. So I think we're going to see a mix of different play styles as well throughout this series. And I'm pretty excited for it to get underway. We do have all 10 in the lobby, just waiting on the sort of go signal from the teams. And I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. Do you have any predictions for this series? You won't offend me, I promise.
Well, personally, I'm gonna hold off on the predictions, but I do know that the connoisseurs list is currently slightly biased toward the SMC side. No offense, Nohman. I am sorry that you just don't have the fan base
totally understandable
generated. And I kind of have to agree with them slightly. I think SMC are just very strong. I do have a lot of friends on the Blaze side, and to see Blaze come with the comeback here and, you know, beat the underdogs and maybe get a victory here would be truly an amazing sight to see. So I wouldn't be a sad man if I saw Blaze get away with a win here.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be a good, fun match to watch. I can't speak for, you know, who is going to succeed in the end or not. I think there's a lot up in the air still, and it's early in the season. I think both of these teams are still going to be sort of shaking off the rust of the off season, and I think we're going to see a little bit of that on both sides. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be a really fun match. I have gone ahead and let the teams know that we are good to go, and we are just waiting for them to kick off. In the meantime, I do want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. As always, appreciate you guys spending your time with us here on Onward Master League. I want to thank our sponsors, our legacy sponsors, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Fixed Gaming, and Rebuff Reality, as well as our two new ones, B Haptics and Cyber Shoes. So thank you to you guys for supporting the league and providing some really awesome prizes and knickknacks for the league, as well as, you know, supporting the VR community and everything that we do. So check their stuff out if you haven't. You'll be seeing their logos throughout here. I believe we are ready to go here. Just waiting on them to kick things off. Now, historically, SMC has been the victor in almost every matchup that these two teams have had over the last couple of seasons. But the score lines have been, they fluctuated quite a bit. And I wonder if it just comes down to like specific rostered members playing, right? I think Blaze and SMC both like to sort of rotate their starters, change folks out. And I think a lot of that is why you see that sort of fluctuation and difference in their score lines, even though the sort of fundamental parts of the team are the same. But we are not going to have to wait much longer because gameplay is underway, ladies and gentlemen. Round one kicking off here. SMC Tactical on the offense. They're attacking Captain's Quarters objective in the far west of the ship. We're going to see how SMC opts to attack this objective. Trip bringing the shield.
Yeah, it's just like I said, he kind of started bringing the shield out of nowhere. He's not the biggest fan of it, but he'll do whatever he can in order to, you know, get whatever advantage he can. And we all know it. Even I will say it myself. The shield is overpowered, and whatever kind of advantage you can get against the enemy team is a good advantage.
It is a very strong tool, especially on maps like this where the corridors are long. There's not a lot of flanking opportunities. It's easy to maneuver the shield through this map and still be covered on most sides. It's definitely the right choice to make, and if we take a look at the overhead map here, you can see that the Blaze defense set up very forward. They're not expecting any sort of flanking. No one on the far west side watching the stairs. They're all focused on the front here, and as we can see, the call is correct because SMC is all up top, all waiting for their strike, just kind of waiting for any early picks.
Yeah, they're just really hunkered down. Ooh. They're not really, you were saying they were pushed out, but they're not. Oh, wow, the nade.
Fantastic nade from Silent Knight downing Shenanigans. It is going to be a res, however.
Absolutely incredible how, you know, you can use those windows inside that superstructure to identify enemy positions, and off of that information, Silent was just able to just professionally toss a nade and get it airbursting right over the enemy. Unfortunately, it airbursted just a little too far, but regardless, still an amazing throw nonetheless.
Really great toss indeed. My apologies there, instant replay. Not saving that, unfortunately. We'll get that fixed for you right after this crazy round completes, because the smoke is now pouring in. Squigookin's going to find the pick onto Trip. That's the shield down and out already. Silent Knight rotating back in after popping out. Do a little bit of a check. Are they going to deal with this smoke effectively enough? Captain Soda does find Silent Knight on the corner there as he pushes through. Sir Lucian now going to be on the backside of Zero. Is Zero going to be ready for him? Zero is ready for Llewellyn as he gets picked up, and now Sir Lucian's on the inside. Zero's rotating back in. I mean, this is just like a wild goose chase between these guys. Sir Lucian does spot out Squigookin. He's now inside, is in the objective room. They're looking for cappers. Cryo's able to stop that. Shenanigans and Zero will trade, however, on the outside, leaving a 2-1 situation. SMC, just one left. Captain Soda here on the western side does manage to find Cryocell, and now it's just a 1v1, and the trade comes out, goes the way of SMC, and they will take the first round and the first point here in map 1.
I am a little confused about Sir Lucian there. He looks like he was just standing there. He wasn't expecting anything. And then by the time that, you know, that one Blaze member whose name I completely have forgotten by now came around to that doorway, he did not even raise a finger. So I'm a little confused as to what he was expecting. But regardless, a great win for SMC Tactical to be able to get that first round momentum on their side. And showing Blaze how it's done now, I'm pretty sure Blaze is going to equal, you know, in force responding back here, seeing them play many times.
I would be surprised to see them lay down after the first round. I think we're going to see the same kind of action. You saw there, it was blow for blow. I mean, it came down to the 1v1 at the end, and Captain Soda just able to get those shots off just that fraction of a second earlier than Verds was and get that round win. But it could have gone either way, right? If had they played maybe a little slower on that and tried to not give away their position so early, it could have gone a different way, but in this case it did not, and SMC takes that first point. Good series, starting off well already.
You know it's gonna get really good when all the smokes come out onto the objective and it just goes down person to person, down to the final two people. You know you are in for a wild ride for the next, what, 2 hours probably? Maybe more. I think that's what we're hoping for. I think that is the dream right now. All right. We're gonna hop into round 2. Without further ado,
yes,
that rhyme.
We are. Let's go to gameplay and see how round 2 shakes out for the Blaze side. Let's go pop over to the offensive side here, and we'll follow their push into the same objective on the western side. Verds, the one rocking the shield for the Blaze side.
And this is actually going to take a bit of a different approach, and it's interesting the way that Verds is going. Personally, as a shield player, I'm not really a fan of going straight down the middle because it allows for the potential of getting pinched, but Verds, nonetheless, did take that risk going down the middle. He's now going down to the side, which is probably better positioning for a shield person, but he has to worry about, like, you know, another silent nade. Granted, hopefully not from Silent Night this time.
That would be quite unfortunate. Hopefully I think Silent's arm is much better than that. If you've ever seen him toss a nade, the man can really send it. We'll see here, Verds pushing up. He's gonna be meeting Trip here on the right side. He's using that window in the doorway to spot out anybody pushing through. You can see him there, sort of sticking his head in the glass. I think Verds is going to be ready for this. This is a position that's relatively common. Ooh, these are good smokes. It's going to force Trip to start having to rotate a little bit, because now he's blinded to this push, and here comes Verds and Zero pushing in on the corner. Zero not ready for Trip's position, and there he goes down. Now it's Verds and Cryocell reinforcing on this side. Silent finds Captain Soda on the other side. Cryo cleaning up Trip as he pushes through. He's already inside the objective room. He's rotating all the way through the backside. Shenanigans is able to spot him with a C4 detonation. Doesn't catch Cryo. What an insane push that was. Weather on the inside as well, and Verds cleaning up the Cryo-Verds combo there. Tearing through the SMC defense and getting them their first point, tying the series up 1-1.
Yeah, just an amazing kind of comeback for the Blaze crew, showing that they can respond in equal force. And one thing I kind of wanted to mention before that I observed, Verds is left-handed, and so for anyone who's, you know, very familiar with attacking a shield, you're looking for where they're gonna pop the pistol out and maybe try to shoot at the hand, but you're expecting it to appear on that player's right-hand side. But when you're going up against the left-handed shield person, you have that little bit of window of opportunity to remember, oh, Verds is left-handed, I gotta adjust my fire. And that gives Verds a slight advantage when it comes to his shield play.
Yeah, indeed. And we saw it work there. And that C4, I don't know what happened on that C4 situation. It definitely detonated close enough to Cryo that it should have gotten him, but Maybe some kind of weird UI bug, or I know there's plenty of C4 issues that have been identified. I wonder if that is what we're seeing here. So yeah, that was a fantastic play there by Blaze. A great answer to SMC's first round.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have plays like those happen the entire time. I really can't reiterate enough. This is going to be a very back and forth match. These are probably two very evenly matched NA teams going at it with very similar play styles.
Yeah, what do
you
think?
Really couldn't get better when it comes to Onward plays than this.
No, absolutely not. And I'm excited to see what happens. Here's the objective has now shifted. It is upstairs
I'm gonna stay here.
middle objective, right upstairs in the middle of the deck. Now SMC Tactical is pushing one down, three up top, one in the back, and they're just gonna wait Blaze out a little bit. Wow, what a shot from Luella. They're spotting Silent Knight here in between the boxes, managing to down him, and he had the nade cooked as well.
Yeah, and that's just the downing and the nade cooking is just an automatic confirm that you don't have to worry about. So you have to make sure that when you're priming that nade that you are not in the open and that you only throw it and expose yourself right at the same time. Otherwise, that window of opportunity can arise.
Shenanigans, they're baiting Zero out a little bit. He went back to watching his corner, which is the right call here. You don't need to be pushed out this early on. You want to try to catch the offense as they push through. And now Captain Soda already underneath the objective here, pushing through the middle. Might be coming up the backside of Verds if he's not careful.
It looks like Verds is actually going to start getting a little peeky himself. He might get shot in the back by Captain Soda if he's not careful enough.
Zero does spot Lueller. Sir Lucian, however, with a fantastic refrag up top. Evens things out yet again. Now it's a 4v3. Not quite as even as Blaze may want it.
That was a really good flash on to Shenanigans. I don't know if you caught that, but just the pure timing of that was perfect. But there was no response from the Blaze boys in order to be able to get that pick in, unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure by now Shenanigans is back to full sight, but he quickly gets suppressed by Cryocell, and there's some visual effects that are associated with that. Captain Soda does find Verds. Now we are into a 4v2. Blaze is on the downturn here. They got to be able to defend this objective from a full four-man squad. SMC attack. Trip immediately finds Cryocell. Now we're down to one member of Blaze defending. This could be a cap, but no. Captain Soda will be able to find Squeakukin, thus giving 1 point to SMC Tactical.
Yeah, great play there. The defense got just kind of picked apart, right? Piece by piece, they got picked apart by the different rotations of SMC, not quite aware of all of the positioning of the enemy team, and they had a hard time coming back. Once they were down 2 or 3, it was going to be a difficult climb for them to come back from that series, but a great play there by SMC. A really solid setup. There was some really good tactical equipment usage. Lots of smokes and flashes and I think we had every kind of tactical out on the field. So it was a great play by SMC to hold on to that lead, that Marsoc lead. And Blaze is now going to have to respond in kind if they want to stay in this series. You never want to let a team run away, right? Once you let them get 2 or 3 points on you, it becomes a much more pressure-filled game, right? You don't want that kind of pressure to have to fight your way back. But that being said, Blaze is one of the teams in the league that definitely thrives in those underdog situations. So we'll see if they can pull something out here, or SMC will be able to lock down this defense. So far, we haven't had a Volk win.
Yeah, and usually we talk about Onward being very Volk friendly, but I think there are just some maps that kind of go against the status quo and really thrive for Marsoc advantages. And talking about the shield before, the shield is a big factor in that. It is relatively overpowered, and it provides so much intel, let alone fighting strength, that if you're able to use it properly, it is such a huge tool.
Absolutely. Let's see what kind of tools we see here as we get into our our fourth round. No, third round? Fourth round.
That's fourth round.
It's our fourth round.
No caps yet. No caps yet.
Alright, guys, just don't get killed.
And now this is an objective that is extremely prone when you throw a lot of smokes here, and I do know that Blaze is a very smoking friendly facility, so just as I say that, every color smoke goes out already.
Yeah, they're definitely causing the confusion and pandemonium that they want with those smokes. They're trying to keep the defense, even just getting the defense to reposition the smokes is time spent doing something that isn't defending, right? Silent Knight able to pick up Solution on the rotation down in the south, and Squig will clean up Trip on the same side. Now SMC stacked all up north here. They've got to be careful with the smokes on the side. Llewellyn cleans up Zero as he pushes out a spawn up top. It's going to force Squigookin to slow up and try to figure out where he's coming from. Cryocell, meanwhile, rushes up the backside, does find the back of Shenanigans. If he pops out right now, he's got the back and the front of Llewellyn dead to rights. But he chooses to tuck in and wait. Silent here, pops out, does grab Captain Soda. Llewellyn now aware. And this is going to be a double play if somebody pops out here and sees Llewellyn. Smoke's coming from the backside of the spawn. That's not what you want to see when you're Llewellyn and you're the last man standing on this objective.
Cryo's on objective. Cryo's on objective.
Cryo's got it! Capped in the smoke. And there it is. I didn't even catch it, but let's see if we can catch it in the instant replay here. Let's take a look.
I mean, it was such a good cap. Not even Nohman saw it coming, and he's their team captain, so that really says something about how good that was.
Exactly. There he was. Yeah, you saw his name in the smoke there just for a moment, but what a fantastic... I mean, that was the right solution there, right? They had one remaining. They had plenty of the offense still up. They had somebody come in through the backside. The confusion was there. They'd lost, you know... I'm sorry, they'd cleaned up enough of the defenders to try to go for that cap, and a great heads-up play there by Cryo to get those 2 points and take the lead here on map 1, making it a 3-2 scoreline. Ooh, I apologize. My scorelines are not updated either. Good lord.
Man, who made this deck?
Yeah, who even does this? You know, what kind of guy? There we go. Scores are updated. My apologies. Like I said, this first 2 weeks, you're going to have to bear with us as we deal with some of our growing pains, but we're really excited to be bringing all this new stuff. Our beautiful faces, Todd's beautiful face specifically. Of course.
I shaved just for this.
Yeah, I didn't. I was working on the deck, so. But excited to bring you that.
He locked himself in a cave, hasn't seen a single face for years now, and is finally revealing his true form to us all.
Exactly. It's over 9,000. That's what my true form is. No DMCA takedown notices, please, Bandai, or whoever makes that.
What's the term? All respective content is owned by Funimation, Toei Animation.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Legal disclaimer, Todd.
Okay, alright.
Always got our backs.
All right, we are into our 5th round now. And SMC is on the offense. Blaze going to be on the defense. They're going to be defending down low. We're going to cruise with the guys up top here for just a moment, but we'll snap down when there's a bit of action down low as well. Sir Lucient and Weller all pushing Zero here. Is he going to be ready? He is going to be ready for Llewellyn's rush down those stairs, and that's going to be -1 for SMC already. Sir Lucient looking to try to get that refrag opportunity here. Will Zero be ready twice in a row? He won't. The pickup from Sir Lucient evens things out here on round 5.
You really got to wonder sometimes how much of Llewellyn is still a dangler. How much of him is just that charge in mentality and see what happens.
Birds is
fun shenanigans. Captain Soda gets a nice little pick onto Cryocell, bringing it down to a 3v3.
Birds saw the rotation there from Lucient. He's going to push through. As he tosses the smoke out, he sends a few rounds through, but unfortunately that box is not penetrable. The reload's coming in now. Trip finding Silent Knight along with Captain Soda. Tag teaming that position. Captain Soda on fire is going to down himself. Sir Lucient, meanwhile, pushing through the backside, does manage to find the back of Birds and Squig, and SMC will tie the series up 3-3.
And that is exactly what they needed at this point. Blaze just recently got a cap on an objective that SMC was not able to cap on, breaking that tie, but now SMC are clawing their way back, and we are into a map 1 round decider. I don't think it really could get more hype than this unless we go to a round 3 decider on map 3.
This is exactly what we were talking about when we were, talking about this game in the pre-show. It was going to be a bare knuckle brawl between these two teams. It always is. It comes down to these 1v1s or these 2v1s, and it's so interesting to watch the heads up plays between them, right? As their plans fall apart, how do they rotate? How do they communicate with each other when there's not a lot of them left? And they're just, I think both teams just playing very, very well, especially for the first official league match of the season. This is, usually we don't see this kind of level of play and these kind of close scores until you get into the later weeks of the season when the MMR is sort of settled down. But they've done a really, really good job of duking it out here, and we'll see what happens. SMC going on the defense. We have not still had a Volk win yet, so SMC has to convert on Volk here, otherwise Blaze is favored for the offensive win based on how this map's gone so far.
Yeah, and just the Marsoc advantage is really strong with this map. And, you know, going back to what you said before about, you know, this is the first match of the season. This is the first official match for Llewellyn on SMC Tactical. And he's been playing extremely well, given the fact I do know that SMC Tactical practice a lot, but, you know, a league game is very different from the normal scrim practice that you are going to get. So massive props to be able to just make that transition from one team to the other so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Not an easy thing to do. A lot of intrinsic knowledge to have to relearn, right? Where your teammates are, how they move, how they rotate, how they communicate. All that stuff it takes a while to get used to.
I'm very sure that the Danglers callouts are very different from any other team's callouts as well, and I cannot say them on cast. I am very sure about that as well.
Definitely the truth, Sir. Lucian sending a few rounds down range there, trying to suppress that push. Trip, however, meeting Silent Knight and Verds with the shield on the corner, and that is going to be one down for SMC, 4 remaining.
Yeah, this is not the kind of start that SFC need if they want to be able to take map 1. So Lucian's going to peek around the corner. He's able to find Cryocell, evening it up 3 or 4 to 4 right now. It can go either way still, and we're only 1 minute into this round.
Yeah, it was definitely Peeker's advantage there if you take a look at that replay. I mean, he came around, the Cryo was ready for him on that corner, and Sir Lucian just came around with that quick snap-up shot. Was able to pick him up. And now it is a 4v4, so we do have the 2 flankers here, Verds and Silent Knight coming through on the backside, rocking that shield. Sir Lucian now identifying the potential of a flank, but not quite committing to watching that just yet. And a nice little nade toss there, right on objective, but not going to catch Llewellyn or Soda.
Couple smokes going out there, caused a little bit of havoc on the objective. Not all of them are placed properly, but I don't think that's going to disturb Verds too much. He seems to do just fine on his own.
Does indeed.
I do think Verds' best bet is to be a distraction for
yeah.
Blade for SFC and kind of get SFC really focused on him and let Silent do most of the heavy lifting.
I mean, he's got 3 players focused on him here. 3 defenders. Shenanigans already went down on the outside. Verds with a nice headshot onto Captain Soda. Finds one, but Captain Soda does manage to grab the refrag. Now it's just Silent Knight left here on the defense in the corner. It is a 2v3. Rotates
Blaze
out. Zero does find Llewellyn. Captain Soda, however, able to clean up Silent Knight. Now he's got the shield. Zero and Squigooka are going to have to deal with Captain Soda and the shield here as they push through. Looks like Captain
Zero
Soda.
with a very quick cap, so he's able to get past Captain Soda. That could be great for Blaze, but he has to get past it. But no, he is not ready for Captain Soda. Now Squigooka has to get the refrag, but Blaze will take map 1 from that pick alone.
That was a fantastic series there. That play by Verds. And let's see if I manage to catch it on the replay here real quick. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was keeping these 3 defenders just constantly occupied. Manages to find one. Captain Soda cleans him up, but still has to deal with Silent. Able to do that. Grab a shield. I mean, he's got 10 kills. Captain Soda, just an absolute monster in that round. 10 kills for SMC, but not quite enough as Blaze able to squeak on by. Nice even score line for the guys on the Blaze side, and they're able to come away with that win. All Marsoc wins as well.
Yeah, we usually, like I said before, we usually talk about Onward being very Volk friendly, whether it be the equipment or, you know, the little spots that Volk can hide in. But Tanker's is one of those maps that I think it slowly became more and more loved as people found that, hey, Marsoc is actually truly a fighting force on this map and can be really valued on this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so rare to see, you know, on Tanker not have Volk win even a single time. It's such an interesting sort of like happenstance for that map. But we are ready to go into our second map, which is Suburbia.
And we are just keeping it close range today. I don't even know if we're going to see Quarantine today at this rate. We go from probably one of the smallest maps to another small map. I have a feeling there's a trend going on here.
Yeah, I think we talked about this early on, right? These two teams do like that aggressive, quick play, and so they tend to gravitate towards, you know, Cargo and Suburbia and Tanker, the smaller maps where the engagements come very quickly. I like to think of it as a sign of impatience. It's just two impatient teams who just want to get in, you know, do as much damage as they can and get out as quickly as they can. And hey, it makes for some really exciting, if hard to follow, action. So I'm not going to complain. But it is Suburbia. The first objective is going to be White Car in the northwest. Blaze will be on the offense as it was their map choice. Now, what are your thoughts going into Suburbia for these two teams? Does one have a clear edge over the other?
I don't even know, man. Get it, Nohman. Both of these teams are just forces to be reckoned with when it comes to the velocity philosophy. Just their rotations are just on point, whether it be on defense or on offense. They're able to respond to different defense. We've seen it on Tanker. They are just able to respond to each other's plays within seconds and bring it down to these, you know, 1v1 situations. So I really can't give you a definitive answer if one's going to be better here. We're literally just going to have to watch and see what happens here.
Yes, indeed, we are going to have to do that. I apologize for my caster video there. It's the problem when you don't have professional lighting setups. So I'll just have to invest a little bit during the season. But either way, growing pains aside, yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. Honestly, I am on one of these teams, and I couldn't tell you which one is going to win. I will say...
You're not on. You are the captain, aren't you?
Well, you know...
you all the shots.
I will say that our Suburbia play, Blaze's Suburbia play, has been really, really solid as of Season 9. It is one of those maps that I think has kind of ebbed and flowed based on, you know, our active roster and who plays, but they have just done exceptional work on Suburbia lately, and SMC did fantastic in Suburbia in the postseason in Season 9 as well. So that's why it's such a difficult choice, because I know how both of these teams play, and there's no way I'd be able to call who's going to win and who isn't on this series.
Yeah. And typically with a lot of, you know, map picks, we usually kind of see like, oh, this team definitely picked it because they feel more confident on it. But here's a case where both teams feel very confident on it, and it really becomes who is truly the best team at this map.
Absolutely. Best team in week 1.
In week 1.
Yeah. All right, round 1 getting underway.
We got to get Novin's caveats in so he can at least retain some pride.
Yeah, exactly. I can, yeah, it's plausible deniability for later. I can just, no, I said week 1. Plus, you know, we're going to just inflate Trip's ego, and nobody wants that. So
yeah, it's already pretty bloated as is. So
exactly.
Anything we can to avoid that, especially on cast, because he does cast as well. Squiggook is able to find Trip immediately, so that is checked off immediately.
And the C4 will down Verd's shenanigans, able to pick up that refrag. Squig just not close enough. I know that would have been a fantastic opportunity for a refrag there. But
and this is exactly what we've been talking about before. When one team gets a pick, there's always a counter pick that happens immediately after. So you can never truly say there's, you know, one team that's better on this map than the other.
Yeah, it has been a blow-for-blow match so far. That has not changed here in the first round as we start to see some more smokes coming in towards the objective. Captain Soda and Sir Lucian for the brunt of the defensive force here. They've got to be careful, Captain Soda, especially in an exposed position like this. gonna have a very difficult time. Well, Sir Lucian's gonna have a very difficult time if Captain Soda goes down. But it is a strong spot, so he definitely will be difficult to unseat. We'll see the smokes continue to come in, and I like this staggered approach to the smokes, where they're not coming in all at once, right? And they all burn out in 30 seconds, and then you're left with nothing. Yeah. This is a much more effective staggered push. The pre-fire continues to come in, keep them pinned. Captain Soda sending a few rounds down towards Zero, does manage to catch him, but not a down or a kill just yet. Sir Lucian, however, is able to spot him out and find the kill. Cryocell rushes in the meantime, however, and manages to down Captain Soda, but loses his life in the process. A nice toss by Squig. A little too late to catch the down onto Shenanigans, and now the res comes out to 2v4. Blaze on the back foot here.
Yeah, and a lot of, at least from my casting experience, there's a lot of, those what if moments. What if he threw that? What if he was looking, down that direction when, let's just say, the enemy was walking right there? But it kind of plays in your mind when you're actually playing with the game. Like, if I look away right now, is this enemy going to walk right by me and I don't see him?
Silent Knight does manage to grab Captain Soda.
Shooting, so maybe.
I like that. I like that thought process. He stopped shooting, so I think I got him. But he's going to have to deal with another defender here. Edna tucked in on the corner of the fence, and she's gonna be very tough to spot in that position. Squigukin, however, manages to grab Shenanigans, and just like that, Blaze have tied things up to a 2v2.
Yeah, Edna was cycled in for this map rather than the other one, and Trip does like to play Edna on maps like these where the cover is typically lower because, well, she is a smaller person, and so she can hide in those smaller covers a lot easier.
Yeah, she absolutely can. She's a tough cookie to spot in these shrubs and bushes. So Squig. Ooh, and the trade coming out there. He does spot Edna. They trade rounds. It's just a down for Squig. And now it's a 2v1 here. Blaze slowly turning it around. It was a 2v4 just about a minute and a half ago. Silent Knight and Squig working very well together, evening things out a little bit. Now it's just Sir Lucian on the objective. This is where the coordination comes into play, right?
Yeah, it definitely should. If they can get Squigukin coming around onto the the backyard side of the objective and Silent coming in from the the other side of the street, that could really pinch Sir Lucian in and put him into a really tough spot. But Sir Lucian's got a pretty decent spot as is right now. He's holding that white car, provides plenty of cover for wherever Squigukin and Silent Knight are right now. But like I said, that could drastically change if Squigukin's able to find his way across the street. But he doesn't have much time remaining. Only 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining. Even on Suburbia, you can burn down the time pretty quick.
Yeah, minute 40 is not a lot, and Sir Lucian's going to be ready for that position. Silent Knight not ready for that white car spot. And now it's just a 1v1. Squigukin, the last one remaining. He's going to hear the shots, gives him an approximation of the position, but a very difficult shot to make for both sides, really.
And on an objective like this, there's so many little bits of cover kind of located within the same vicinity. It becomes very tough, but Sir Lucian's getting very peaky. That might give his position away to Squigukin if Squigukin just looks in the right direction at the right time. But it kind of comes down to, again, like what headset you have. If you got the index, you've got a clear advantage in this situation because you have that pixel density to identify those changes.
Yeah, this is going to be so tough. I mean, you can see on our view at high resolution, Squigukin is very difficult to see without the highlighting. Is he going to be ready here? Sir Lucian spots him. Squig spots him first, though, and the headshot comes out, giving Blaze the first round here in map 2.
Comes down to kind of the basic military training protocol. If you are being shot at, just duck. Don't try to find him, just duck. You have been spotted. You are in danger. Protect yourself first before trying to identify the enemy positions. And clearly Sir Lucian has learned that lesson a little bit of the hard way, taking the lead to the head, and Blaze coming away with the first point.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play there by Squig, playing it slow. I mean, he was basically out of time, honestly. Like, Sir Lucian could have likely just tucked in behind that car, not moved at all, and probably gotten the round win. But that peakiness that you were talking about ended up costing him the round. Squigukin, though, picking up 4 that round for Blaze. Definitely the MVP of that. Only Silent Knight was able to pick up the 5th one.
And the interesting thing about that is Squigookin's play style compared to like the rest of Blaze is very different. He's very slow. He's very methodical. He's come from a bunch of different teams before. Mob Squad, I want to say Phoenix, and I think one other whose name I completely forget at the time back in like season 4. But he comes from a different variety of backgrounds in Onward. I think that really shapes how he plays, and he plays it considerably slower than the rest of the Blaze squad does. And it's nice to kind of have that insurance whenever you're playing up against a team that can respond to the aggression that Blaze puts out, because then Squigookin's kind of that one wild card, the one person who plays differently, and then you have to change the whole strategy up mid-round just to account for him. So it's working pretty well for Blaze so far.
Absolutely, and we're going to see how the second round shakes out for these two teams as we get into round number 2. Same objective, Blaze now on the defense here. Let's see how they set their defense up here. Take a look at the overhead map here as they get set up in the intro.
I do believe that this objective is probably one of the harder ones to defend on this map, because it is pretty open on a defense, perspective. There isn't the greatest amount of cover, plenty of places to pre-fire. It's a little bit of a nightmare. At the same time, it's also a nightmare for Marsoc to attack because of those same open spaces, and Verds is able to prioritize on those, being able to find Edna Jordan in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was a nice little peek there through the shrubs. He was able to get a nice pick, but now he's in very big danger as Trip and Shenanigans are slowly closing in on his position here. Will he be ready for Trip's spot? Shenanigans is the one he's going to have to worry about as he finds the headshot. And down goes Verds. That's going to alert Zero to the potential of an enemy, but Shenanigans able to clean that up as well. And just like that, Blaze down to just 3, SMC with 4.
Yeah, I think it really, Verds' strategy needs to be proved to, like, literally SMC's name, shoot, move, communicate. He shot, but he did not move. Not that he had much of a choice, but he could have moved a little bit to throw Shenanigans off, but Shenanigans was able to just lock in on that position and execute.
Now we're getting into a bit of a danger zone here. Blaze doesn't have a lot of defenders on the objective, really just Cryocell here close to defending. If he goes down, and he's going to have a very tough fight ahead of him here with Shenanigans and Solution both peeking the corner. Shenanigans ducking the bullets there. Cryo just getting out of the way in time. Tosses a nade out. Is he going to be able to find him? It is a flash. Looks like the blinding does work. Shenanigans backing out. Cryocell does manage to find the pick in the end. A nice little play there by Cryocell.
Ooh, and Squigookin's able to find a Solution. Cryocell's able to find Shenanigans. Trip finds Cryocell. Now we're into a 2v2.5 if we count for the possible res, which does come out. Captain Soda's able to find Silent Knight as well. So now we're into a 3v1. Blaze is in a very tough spot. Their lone defender is pretty far off of the objective. He does have view, but if someone does squeak on there and is pretty quick on that tablet, this could be disastrous for Blaze.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing here and just watching the objective. Nobody's going to be able to get within range of it without him seeing, but he is slowly getting closed in on here. Captain Soda coming through the backside. Shenanigans right across the street. So this is looking like it's going to be an SMC round win here.
Yeah, with Captain Soda right there identifying Squigookin, it is going to be an SMC round win as they tie it back up 1-1 on map 2.
Now take a look at this this replay here. Cryo tossing that little flashbang out, forcing Shenanigans to move backwards. He was crouched. He was too slow. He couldn't get out in time. He was able to find that down, but not quite enough to keep Blaze on top of that round, and SMC will tie things up with a 1-1 score.
Yeah, now we're going to shift objectives, probably to one of my favorite objectives. It is the burning house building. The house has been on fire for the past, 3 years or whatever not. Onward has been going on and no fire department response. So clearly this is a total war zone.
Yeah, if you've ever heard, sometimes the fire truck will just crash in the background. I think that's where the audio is, right? On Suburbia, where there's like a fire siren and then a crash sound. Did they remove it? That's a shame.
I think they removed it on PvP, but it's still there in co-op. So it kind of gives a bit of background as to why this house in particular has been on fire for the past 3 years. But regardless, the plays on here have been fire for the past 3 years as well. Just
Yeah.
the amount of, very bold caps that we've seen, not only from plays from teams like Animal House, even beginners have done some pretty, ballsy stuff on this particular objective. So I am very excited to see what comes out of Blaze here and SMC in the next round. Hopefully. Well, yeah, it's going to be guaranteed, actually, now I think about it. But regardless.
Yeah. And we are still on a Marsoc streak here, an unbroken Marsoc win streak. So far, no defenses have held against either team, and that's a big deal. That is a big accomplishment, or failure, I guess, depending on which side of the field you're on. But let's see what happens here in round 3.
And looks like we're going to see some utility coming out from Shenanigans. He is holding a package ready to be delivered somewhere. I think he's anticipating Verge to take a shield. And a shield on this objective in particular is so powerful. If you're able to get on that porch, you just prop that shield up. You could just go in and enter that code. It looks like Shenanigans tosses that C4 on the yard, anticipating the shield to go to the far side. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's just going to be Zero and Squigookin going on that side. Lane 4 specifically.
Nades coming out from the defense, not going to land. A little bit of pre-fire through the fence here. Blaze continues to push up. Captain Soda able to find Cryocell and a nice peek through that corner. Wow, it's a very nice angle on the bush. He's able to find Cryo pushing through. Verds, however, grabs Trip on the inside of center house. Now Sirlucient is alerted to this position. Is he going to turn around and check for Verds? No, it doesn't look like he is. He's going to try and take shots down towards Edna. Meanwhile, Squigookin will pick up the refrag after Captain Soda knocks Zero out, and Shenanigans keeping the objective clean. Squigookin, however, is going to clean that up, and now it's a 2v2 with no one on the objective. Everyone is too far away. Sirlucient now forced to rotate. He's going to be coming around the side. Squigookin here on the side of the slide. Does he spot Sirlucient? No, Sirlucient will be faster on the draw. Verds, however, with the down.
Through the bush as well. He had to identify that through the bush. I think he just noticed that.
And the confirm. Oh,
now
the
we're
nade
into a
confirm.
1v1 with 4 minutes left. Plenty of time for both of these teams. It is Edna versus Verge. Edna's in a very nice little position underneath the tank. That is going to be very hard for Verge to identify since it's pretty, pretty avant-garde.
Very nice play there by Verds to identify Edna on his rotations in and through that little corridor, and he's able to just get the pick. She's not able to duck down behind that cover in time. Manages to get that pick and the round win here for Blaze. The Marsoc wins continue to roll in.
There's no defense is safe in this match, and it almost was an even worse story. I don't know if you saw it, but Silent Knight got dangerously close to that objective. SMC were able to defend it last minute, but that defender lost his life in the process of preventing that 2 points. So in the end, it is the right way to go for SMC, but it's just not enough to go against a full force Blaze attack.
Yeah, Squigookin was there as well. I mean, we saw those refrags happening, right? This is one of those things that at high levels of play, we don't talk about nearly enough, but it's that constant refragging that, I'm aware my teammate is pushing. I need to be in a position where if he gets downed, I can pop out and get that refrag, even the lineup out as quickly as we can. And both of these teams have just been absolutely on point with the refrags all day long, and it has been phenomenal to see. We haven't been able to catch nearly enough of them. There's almost too many refrags for us to be able to catch them all.
We're on the edge of our seats here, just trying to get all the action on cam, but neither of these teams know how to chill out, and it is dragging us all over the map.
It has been a really exciting series. Thank you again to everybody who's in the chat and hanging out with us and tuning in. We do appreciate you guys being here with us throughout the week. We got tons of casts. More have been added today, so you're going to be seeing lots of us in the coming weeks, and we're glad that you continue to tune in, and please continue to do that as often as you can. But
Mama Bird, thank you for all those bits, by the way. My goodness.
Yeah, she is the best. Anybody who donates or follows or subscribes is marked, at least in my mind, as the best. So if you want to be the best, help support VRML and its groups. Trip up here on the red car,
One went left.
taking a long look over the top of all of the fences here. He's gonna have some really nice lines onto the defense if he can continue to hold it. Carousel, nice little toss, too short.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams kind of play a little more conservatively this time. I think it's nowhere near as aggressive. Both are kind of stopping in the midpoint, respecting each other's territories. They're just looking for the picks, looking to tenderize the other team and be able to work their way in that way rather than just go full force in. A couple smokes going out over to the objective side. That should be pretty easy for Zero to clear, but he's not too worried about it. Capsoda does hide Verge. No refrag in the immediate time. It looks like a flash tried to come out, but bounced off the siding of the house and will not be able to find Capsoda.
That was a nice pick by Soda there, rushing up that slide, quickly peeking that open area, manages to spot out Birds. He's gonna peek this corner. Is he gonna be ready here?
That nade!
That nade!
Nade!
What a fantastic grenade!
Everyone's not effective. Capsoda is capping. That nade alone might cause trouble. Cryo's not able to do it. SMC will take the lead. With the cap?
They do get the cap in the end. SMC going up 2 points on a fantastic offensive play. That nade downing Zero. Cryo just not responding in time to that cap attempt, and a fantastic play by SMC nets them 2 points here, and they will take the lead in map 2.
The smoke placement, the nade placement, all of that was just perfect for that cap. The nade only down Zero. There was a potential for Zero to call out, hey, there's a cap going on. Spray all over my body. If I die, who cares? But Zero was not able to identify that because of that smoke placement, and that is what makes that play truly great.
It was a really well set up play, and is exactly what they needed, right? SMC needed to take the reins there and try to get themselves in the lead. They've already lost Tanker 4-3, so this would have been a map decider if Blaze steamrolled through it. So this is an absolute do or die for SMC right now, and converting on that Marsoc round, getting those 2 points is going to be a major boost for them as we go into the rest of map 2. But we'll see. It's been Marsoc, though. It's just been Marsoc. So we'll see. If Blaze can cap here, that's the map and the game. But if they can't, and they send it back to SMC, if we're going by patterns here, it's going to look really good for SMC to take map 2 here.
And yeah, lately it's just been whoever can cap first is going to win the map. And so SMC obviously have the advantage right now. We saw that advantage shift over to Blaze when they capped the previous map. Is this going to be a war of caps?
It's the psychological war, right? This is going to be the who can survive getting capped on more than another team, right? Who can keep their morale going? Blaze is now on the offense. I've heard some words of encouragement from Silent Knight there for the team, so they're feeling good about it still. And if they just keep bringing that same energy, I think they're going to be just fine. But SMC, no slouches. One of these defenses has to work sometimes, and if any time it was going to work for SMC, now is going to be that time. Cryocell pushing up onto Edna's position here. She's in such a cheeky spot. Will Cryo be ready to check this spot? A little bit of pre-fire coming out on the side. Cryo does spot out, but no, Edna quicker on the trigger. And just like that, one down in lane 1.
She's just so tiny, it's impossible to check those corners without her having an advantage, and I think Cryo learned that the very hard way.
He did indeed. Birds finds the frag onto Edna as she gets a little aggressive in lane 1. That's going to even things out.
I think she tried to seal the deal with Blaze there by getting the flank around, but Birds was able to identify that and just stop it before any harm could befall Blaze. And we've been mentioning this before. This has been a very tough game for defenses, but if there is an objective for a defense to be successful on, this is it. It is the garage objective. There is the most ground for Blaze in this case to cover. They want to get themselves on and maybe try to cap. So I think SMC are just really riding off of that, that RNG in this case to be able to get themselves and keep themselves in this game so far.
Oh, that was unfortunate. Vert's taking a few shots at Squig's going to ID them for Sir Lucian on the inside of center house, and now he's going to be on his guard. He's
Ooh, and that flash just perfect. I think that would have gotten Captain Soda, but Silent Knight is just playing a little too slow to utilize the full force of that flash. Not that he has to really worry about that. He has to worry about all the people inside the middle house there. Captain Soda is perfectly peeked out there. Silent Knight will get that pick and free up the burning building. Now they have to worry about all the defenders, both in the middle house and in the spawn house. They're both very fortified positions.
Yeah, very difficult spots to unseat. Shenanigans in a very tight angle there in the window. Zero's pre-fire not going to be able to hit him. Skugukin has to deal with Sir Lucian. He heard Verds go down. He sees the body. He's going to have to deal with that upstairs defender, though. Is Squig aware that somebody is upstairs here? 3.5 minutes left on the clock. 3v3 is the player count, and Zero just continues to pump rounds down towards this side. SMC is stacked there on purpose. Oh, and Zero rushes out into the open. Sir Lucian was not cleaned up at the time. The flash comes out towards Sir Lucian, however. I don't know if it was actually able to grab him. It doesn't appear to be the case. And two are out just like that. Trip spots Squig through the window from Spawn House. And just like that, SMC grabbed themselves map 2 with a 4-2 scoreline.
Yeah, I think this, if we're just going off of the score addition itself, SMC Tactical have gotten themselves a 1 point advantage so far, or is it tied? I think it's 1 point.
It will be a 7-6, so they have got a 1 point overall lead on the match so far. But a really, really great play there at the end. Exactly what you had said. The defense works so well on this garage objective, just because it's so tucked in to where the Volk spawn already is, and it's, you know, you get set up, you get your angles, your positions all set up very quickly, and so you don't have to constantly be rotating or be caught rotating early on. And it worked out for SMC in that case, and they nabbed themselves map 2, which means, hooray, we get the map 3 series decider here in this matchup. Exactly what at least I was hoping for. So let's take a look at what map 3 is going to be. And it is... Cargo! Cargo is going to be map number 3 for these two teams. And TFH, any thoughts on Cargo as the map for these two guys?
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelt. We've got two of the most aggressive teams in the Onward VRML about to duke it out for the win here on the smallest map. Both of these teams are very dominant on this map. I don't think it could get any more hype than right now. Like, the hype levels are through the roofs, and I have a particularly high ceiling.
Yeah, I am pretty excited. Cargo, definitely a Blaze favorite, as well as an SMC favorite, and for good reason. We know the equipment usage by SMC and the shield play is phenomenal. On the SMC side, Blaze as well has great shield play. They love the smoke and rush. They love the sort of, I mean, you know, if the round goes more than 60 seconds, it's not a Blaze play, is basically the mindset there. And so we're going to see those fast-paced plays. We're going to see big, quick trades. At least I hope we're going to see them, because we're going to be jumping action to action here very, very quickly on this small map. But any thoughts on, you know, we've seen two maps. We've seen what they play like on a small map and on a sort of medium small map. What do you think Cargo has in store for us? Are we going to continue to see the Marsoc trend, well, largely Marsoc trend that we saw before, or do you think defenses are going to start winning out?
I honestly, I can't decisively say. We have seen a massive Marsoc trend, but while that has been the case, all those Marsoc wins have been by very narrow margins. So on Cargo, the map is so small, it's really just the blender, and you really can't decisively say. It's kind of on an objective basis. And both of these teams are super aggressive. It really just comes down to who can get the first shot off on who first, and who can identify the position, and can they get a cap in.
I think the caps are going to be the big thing here. We saw Blaze try to cap several times in the postseason on a lot of the teams on Cargo. We saw those smoke plays with Zero inside the smoke and trying to punch in that code early. But SMC, they're wise to that kind of action. So it's not going to be an easy attempt for sure on the Blaze side. But we don't have to wait much longer because round 1 is underway. We're kicking off the third map. Cargo here.
Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. It's gonna be a ride, and SMC are already getting very aggressive here. They're looking for those initial picks. And that is so much of what Cargo is. Whoever gets the first pick gets the round, and they're already calling out Verds' position. This is going to be insane. Verds is launching a grenade and might be able to find Shenanigans. It is a flash, so I do think that he is temporarily blinded. A couple of pre-fire going out here. This is actually very conservative for both of these teams so far. They have not extended beyond that mid-complex.
It was an unfortunate bounce on that frag, too. Had he gotten it similar to that last one, he may have been able to bank it into Shenanigans' position, but not going to work out. Shenanigans going to try the same thing. The flash coming out. Shenanigans rotating through to the tunnel now. He's made it across.
And this is a very interesting objective. The diamond objective is just such a cappable one, and SMC Tactical are great, but I don't know if they got any quick cappers. I know Blaze does with 0. Silent is able to find 1. Captain Soda finds a refrag there. And now some nades are going out onto the objective. They are just flashes. They're looking to blind the enemy, work their way on in. Oh, Silent tries to go for, or Shenanigans tries to go for 2, but he gets shut down by Silent Knight.
Does manage to grab the 1, keeping things very even here. It's a 3v3, Edna Jordan and Captain Soda on that side. Trip, however, on the other angle is going to be able to find Silent Knight on his outside defense. Squid with the quick refrag there. Now Edna with the refrag onto Squid. Captain Soda's on the inside, and there goes 0. And SMC will get the first point here on map 3. What a fantastic play that was.
The trend continues. Marsoc rounds here, Marsoc rounds there. It is a good day to be Marsoc, but both teams have to play both sides here, and maybe Blaze can finally get a first Volk round in here. SMC have got 1 in, and it has kept them in the game so far. Blaze need to get 1 in right now if they want to be able to get themselves a definitive lead, but on the next round. But now they've got to keep the Marsoc trend going if they want to even stay relevant right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough battle for them for sure. I mean, winning Marsoc isn't easy no matter what team you are or what team you're playing. And to see Marsoc be so successful so often, I think it highlights, you know, just how aggressive and how fast these teams like to play. You know, Volk is generally, traditionally, as a defensive side, slower, right? You set up in your positions, you watch your angles, and so you don't get that sort of the peeker's advantage plays, and you don't, you're not usually challenging in the sort of front lines of the battle. You're waiting for the battle to come to you. But when these teams bring the battle to the other team, I mean, crazy stuff happens. We've already seen how many Marsoc rounds they've been able to convert, and it's all from that sort of collaborative, quick play style that we've been seeing out of both teams. A little slower of a start there for SMC, though, I will agree. Definitely took their time in that first 60 seconds, just trying to catch any, you know, overly aggressive, any flanking maneuvers there, but Blaze not giving them that satisfaction, had them work for that first point.
And I've seen it happen a lot on Cargo. Whoever just gets that first pick just builds this momentum that it's just very hard to stop when it comes to the mid round, and you can let that whole thing kind of spiral down. It's one of the great things about Cargo, that it really comes down to who can get that first pick.
We'll see who gets the first pick here in round number 2. SMC defending the same objective. We're going to see the C4 placement there. Double C4 by Shenanigans on the outside corner here. Captain Soda, meanwhile, is going to be the first one to find a pick. A Silent Knight goes down on the inside mid-green boxes. The smokes, however, even Blaze can't seem to
Zero
keep...
is working his way on up. He's able to find 1. Captain, or Shenanigans, able to shut down 0 there, so no quick cap coming out from him. Cryocell working his way on up. He's maneuvering smokes to his advantage. Edna Jordan's able to find Squigooka. Now we are into a 1v3. One member of Blaze is looking to get some kind of an advantage here, but maybe SMC have found their vibe and are able to successfully defend on Volk now. But it is Verds, and he is the Blaze wild card. Can he pull it off?
We're going to see what his play is like. SMC rotating quite a bit. He's going to have to deal with Edna first if he even wants to try to cross this. Of course, Shenanigans rotating through that white container, checking the doorway is going to be a tough one as well. Definitely an uphill battle, but we just hit the 60 seconds burned mark, and that means Verds has 5 minutes to dismantle this defense quite a bit.
And that can really mess with SMC, but no, it is not enough. The trade will ring out, but because of the fact that SMC Tactical had more people alive at the moment, they will get their second in this entire series. The second Volk win.
It is the second Volk win. It actually might be I think it's the first successive win of 2 rounds by a team as well, if I'm not mistaken. Most of the pull-away scores have been caps up until this point, but this is the first time SMC will score 2 points in succession, meaning they won a Marsoc and a Volk in a row.
Now we're going to go through an objective that I personally know Zero really likes, but he has to get through one more round before he can get there. SMC are going to take their crack at being able to secure the win here if they can pull off the 7-digit code and maybe 4-0ing Blaze, but I have a very, very strong feeling Blaze are not going to make it that easy.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to defend. It's not an easy objective to defend for really any team or any style of play. And if the smokes land just right, I mean, a lot of times it just comes down to how lucky are you with how your smoke lands. If your smoke lands facing the right direction, you got a 100% chance, or 100% higher of a chance of succeeding in a maneuvering your way to the objective as well as capping. And if you don't get lucky, you don't get lucky. So we'll see which one it is as we are now getting ourselves into round 3.
And it used to be a lot easier back in the old days of Onward, where the smokes kind of were this giant poofy cotton ball that just emanated from wherever it landed, but now they are directional. So being able to throw it and being able to angle the smokes is just as equal as well as the throw itself.
Yeah, it absolutely adds a new element of challenge to this game. The pre-fire coming out early from SMC, trying to pin the defense, and it's working as Blaze here not opting to rotate across, and there it is. Verd's taking a chance. Zero taking a chance as well, and 2 go down just like that, leaving 5 up for the offense. This is not what Blaze wants to see here in these final rounds of map 3.
I think Blaze are kind of succumbing to the pressure there, getting a little too aggressive, and it was not falling in their place. Oh, the nade would have been good, but the shots ring before the nade can get the kill. Regardless, still a great throw nonetheless. SMC Tactical up 4 strong. Blaze down to 2. We might be going back into those Marsoc rounds like we were talking about before. Cryocells looking for Ed to Jordan. He's not able to find them. Matter of fact, he gets taken out by Sir Lucian, and SMC Tactical will go up 3-0 on Blaze. We better see the comeback here if Blaze want to be able to take their first win against SMC right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to need to at least even the score line up a little bit and try to get a little closer to that final score, because obviously these first 3 matches of the season are placement matches. They do affect your MMR, basically where you place on the standings. And every little bit counts. All these points and all these maps are definitely important. And Blaze has to be worried about that at least a little bit. So hopefully we'll see a bit of a turnaround here in this next round. But yeah, SMC absolutely steamrolling right now through cargo. Everything they've done so far has worked. Their pre-fire has worked. Their equipment utilization has largely worked. It's been a very solid cargo round for them. And I think this is kind of what they wanted Tanker to go like, right? I think this is what they imagined both of these maps to play like. And we saw Blaze come back on that Tanker and put some points on the board, get that cap, even things out. It's still a possibility here. Also depends on how much, overall gameplay fatigue is getting to you as well at this point, because we have been playing for, a little bit over an hour at this point. We will see, though. It's coming up very soon.
And I think one of the most dominant factors in this is really whoever gets that first pick. We've seen Trip get it, and then SMC just roll. They just roll on that momentum that from opening up that one side that allows the rest of SMC Tactical to insert themselves and get around the Blaze defense or offense or whatever it is. Just that first pick is just so crucial, and I really hope that Blaze can identify that that's really where it's going wrong, is that they're getting really aggressive and they're losing a member early on, and SMC are just capitalizing on that immediately.
Yeah, because the refrags are so good, you know you're always matched 1-1 or 2-1, and if you lose one early like that, Silent Knight going out early again to Captain Soda's pick in the middle. And that's going to leave Blaze down a man. Edna Jordan now pushing her advantage here on the inside. Solution's going to find Cryocell as well, and Cargo's falling apart for Blaze overall. Verd's on the inside, not going to check for Edna, and there it is. She's going to find the pick.
Zero's going all in. Zero's going all in. He's dangerously close to the ejected, but Sir Lucian will shut that down. That was one of Blaze's last-ditch attempts, and now they are down to one man. I think that was the all-in for Blaze, and it is not going well so far. SMC Tactical have yet to be untouched by any non-SMC hands. There was a little bit of a team killing action there, but luckily the rest could come out. Unfortunately for Squigookin, I want to say.
Yeah, Squigookin, the last man standing here in the final round, a full SMC Tactical team to deal with. It's going to be a miracle play if he's able to pull this off, but otherwise it's looking like SMC is going to take the map and the series if they can just finish off the final member of Blaze. We'll ride along with him here as he finds his way through all these defenders.
It's interesting. It felt like that the Blaze mentality in that was to go all in, but Squigookin just didn't get the memo. I feel if everyone on Blaze was on the same page there of just, well, let's really try to bum rush this. Let's try to overwhelm SMC Tactical at their own game. It might have pulled off a cap, you know, kind of a hero cap at the end if they were able to kind of support Zero, but Zero ran in on his own with largely no support there, and I am genuinely surprised he got in as far as he did, but of course his time was limited by the time he started moving past members of SMC.
Yeah, not quite enough smoke confusion and pre-fire there to allow him the freedom to move around, right? You want to keep those defenders occupied with something. You want to either suppress them, or you want to throw equipment at them, or keep them rotating in smoke. Something to keep them from, you know, actually being able to defend. And right there, Blaze did not have that. All they had was the lone gunman Zero, as the rest of the team got gunned down in the middle field. And that is how we got to this point here. So now it is all up to Squigookin. 3.5 minutes left. He's taking his time. Of course, he's got plenty of it for the time being.
Yeah, you can easily get across the entire map within 30 seconds if you really tried. So Squigookin is using up as much time as he can to check every single corner he can, give Blaze every single opportunity that they can to at least get a comeback here. But he is next door neighbors with Edna Jordan, and I'm pretty sure Edna Jordan could hear his very, very subtle movements, but it might just be enough. Oh, I think he hears Edna, and he's able to get that pick, but now his position is given away. He's got to rotate here really quick before Trip basically boxes him in here. Ooh, but Trip actually decides to rotate back.
Yeah, they could apply pressure here, but they've got enough people up. They don't need to get risky with it. Still 3 minutes left, not a lot of chance for a cap. So staying tucked in and staying quiet is going to be the best friend of SMC here. Otherwise, it's going to give Squig a little too much ammunition to use against them.
Yeah, SMC, they've got the timer on their side as well, so they don't need to get aggressive here. They've got the advantage. I'm very sure that their kill counts reflect that. They just need to hang out, pop out a beer, and wait for the timer to run out on Squigookin, or wait for Squigookin to come to them. And boom, they've got this pretty cleanly on map 3.
They do indeed. We'll pop back into his first-person view and follow along as Squigookin tries to make something happen in the final 2 minutes, but he's got quite an uphill battle here. He's going to have to be really careful with a... if you're a right-handed person peeking a left-handed corner, you're going to have a bad time.
Yeah, it's just... It just does not line up that well. The handedness, the physicality, you know, the real world challenges come into play, and Lucian will get that pick. SMC Tactical will run away with the W here with a 4-0 on Cargo.
They will indeed. Take a look at that final kill there. Squigookin just not able to identify Sir Lucian in time as he pops that box, hits the shot, and just like that, SMC Tactical take map 3 with a score of 4-0. The final score coming at you is 11-6, going the way of SMC Tactical. What a fantastic series, Todd. Any final thoughts?
I think Blaze really did put up an excellent fight against SMC Tactical. They definitely had them run in the first half of the match, but then something just clicked in SMC Tactical for that latter half, starting at the midway through Suburbia, and just they were able to get that bulk that Volk win for the first time, and that really was the transitioning point for this entire match, and kind of got everything shifting toward SMC Tactical, and they were just able to ride that momentum into Cargo, and they approached Cargo, I think, with the right mentality here of like, let's change it up on Blaze. Let's play a little bit slower here. Let's make sure we're doing this properly and methodically rather than trying to overwhelm the enemy before we overwhelm ourselves, because we do know that Blaze can play to that level of overwhelming. So why try to fight them on that front when we could try to fight them on a completely different front and catch them off guard? So I think SMC really were in the right mentality in the latter half of this, and that's why they have this win.
Absolutely, yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. A great series, really fun to watch. Do want to say thank you to the teams for playing that for us, and thank you to you guys for tuning in. We do appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on the VR Master League. Hopefully you're checking out the game on Master League 2, Water versus Dark Matter, I believe it is, casted by Nightfire.
Yes.
If that's still going, go ahead and tune into that. If you're interested in joining the league, either Onward or any of our suite of games, head on over to vrmasterleague.com and take a look at what we've got to offer. You can sign up to be a reservist for teams if you don't have a team right off the bat, create your own team, join an existing team, etc., for a whole slew of fantastic games. And I'd like to also thank our sponsors, VR Cover, Pro2 VR, Fix Gaming, Rebuff Reality, Cyber Shoes, and B Haptics. All kinds of fantastic sponsors, 2 new ones there if you're a veteran of the cast, so do go check out their products. Thank you to them for providing the prizes and really cool knickknacks for our community as well as for the VR community as a whole, so thank you for that. That is going to do it from the desk here on Master League 1. My name is Nohman with a 4. I have been joined by Mr. TFH. We are going to sign off for the day, but we will see you throughout the week for more casts, so stay tuned to all of that, and you guys have a fantastic night.